This is at Donner Memorial State Park in California, and near this area is where the Donner Party ended up having to resort to cannibalism during a bad winter in the mid-1800s. And the statue kind of memorializes the whole thing, but figured I'd stop here since I was going through Donner Pass and go to the visitor center, which is right there. Check out some of the history of the area and then continue up the pass. Alright, so I just left the visitor center. It was really cool information about the Donner Party and all the other families that got trapped here in this area and had to resort to cannibalism. But I'd always, I'd heard about it before, but I never knew all the details, so it's pretty cool. The visitor center is actually free. You got to pay to park unless you park on the road, which I did. And now I'm on Donner Pass. It's already starting to turn really cool, so I'll show some windshield video of that. And I'm going to continue on this until I get bored. So I'll just see what the day brings and see how many times I stop along this, because I can already tell with the snow on top of the mountain still, it's going to be a pretty ride. So this is at about just under 6,600 feet, and that's Donner Lake down there. But this is only a couple of miles into the pass, so already it's looking pretty awesome. Alright, so this is pretty cool. They've got these boards along the Donner Pass of things to do, and I am going to walk up there, and you can actually walk through the tunnels that were dug by the Chinese immigrants that are not currently used. So that's going to be awesome. I'm going to go take a look up there. So right down there is the Jeep, and I'm going to continue on the road and end up going over that bridge there. But for now, I'm going to take a look inside this tunnel here. Look at all the snow still up here. This is only about 7,000 feet. So here is the tunnel entrance, and this is definitely a canvas for some people that think they need to leave their unfortunate mark. I actually feel the water dripping on me from above. So there was a whole section dedicated to the Chinese that built these tunnels in the visitor center. And right here, there's a lot of water that's dripping down from the rocks and from up ahead, up above. And the whole thing is pretty much covered in concrete slabs, except that wall there. This looks like it was busted open. Almost there. So after this really long concrete structure on the side of the mountain, a couple of places in there were an actual tunnel because there were rock walls on each side, but most of it was just a concrete structure. You come out with this view, which is just okay, but then I noticed there's another concrete one, and that actually becomes a tunnel. So I'm gonna head down that way and see where that comes out. So this one wasn't actually too long, and even inside this tunnel they got the whole thing lined with concrete. There's the other side already. So, like an idiot, I knew I was going into tunnels. I completely forgot that I had my sunglasses on. So walking through this thing, I've had to use my flashlight on my phone to look for water so that I wouldn't walk through anything too deep. And it's made it interesting. It got so dark in a few areas I had to take my sunglasses off and just kind of go blind, but at least be able to see if an area was dry or not. There's a lot of water falling from the ceiling and a lot coming through the walls, but yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna learn. All right, tunnel 3, I think. And this one, I actually don't see a light source at the end, so might be a bit dark, but it looks dry, which would be really nice. Nope, not dry, so having to skirt around water again. But there is a light source up here finally. So there's an opening here with a steel door, a roll door that's broken. And here is an awesome view of the lake. That's pretty nice. Well, that's it for me. I've followed this one quite a long way now, and I can't see any light at the other end, so I am gonna head back. I'm probably a mile and a half in between all the tunnels that I tried out. Maybe I'll take a look on the other side, and it looks like everybody that was around me is now gone. So I'm pretty much the only one that I can hear, and I don't know, it's kind of boring walking back, so I didn't want to walk too much further in. Here's a pretty cool shot of being in the one tunnel and then looking across the way at the other. So through all the series of these, like I pointed out before, a lot of them are just on the sides of mountains, but like that particular part there is an actual tunnel. But here's a good view of it. Say, just goes along the side of the mountain. So I just talked to a lady that I passed and asked her a little bit if she knew of what was going on around here as far as the tunnel systems, and she told me that the one on the other side of where I started is probably the tunnel that I was looking for, the long one that was painstaking to build. So I'm actually gonna run back down the rocks, get my regular glasses, get a charger for my phone, get a flashlight, and actually do this the right way, because doing it the way I'm doing it now is kind of a real pain. So there's plenty plenty of daylight left. I want to go take a look at it. I don't have anywhere else to be today, and I'm just interested. Now that's cool. Look at that. As a lady mentioned, it looks like ribs walking into the mouth of the mountain. That's just incredible. It almost looks fake. So there's one of the chisel holes. The ceiling. Man, that is just crazy. Can't imagine having to dig that out and blast all of this rock and carry it out. Another chisel hole. All right, so I'm a little more than halfway from the one side, and this is what I was looking for. So this is the tunnel that I was trying to find. So this tunnel was so long, and it took them so much time to dig that they started at the one end, then started at the other end, and then that still wasn't fast enough. So they dug a shaft straight up, or I should say straight down, so that they could start digging from right here that way and right here that way. That is wild. So they attacked this from 4 different sides, and then they ended up meeting in each section within 6 inches of where they were supposed to be. So following up the shaft, right, where is it? There is the top. And you can see that there's some kind of wooden cover. That looks like wood anyway, but could be steel. Probably steel. Just looks like wood planks. Man, that is crazy to think that they had to dig all the way down all this rock and then start in a tiny hole and then start digging that way. Crazy. And check out the rain. I don't know if you can see that on camera or not, but the whole entrance is leaking. Well, if you're ever near the Donner Pass, definitely check these tunnels out. It's impressive what they had to do. And it's a cool area too. But bring a flashlight, don't wear sunglasses, and just enjoy the marvel of what the workers had to freaking go through to make that happen. Unbelievable. But cool to explore. So check it out if you're in the area. There's a better view of the Trans-Continental Railroad and the tunnels that I just went through. So according to the one sign, those concrete structures were built to prevent snow from being all over the tracks during the heavy snow season, and it actually obstructed the views of the passengers for miles and miles because it was a bad decision to build the Trans-Continental Railroad through Donner Pass. So I just found this overlook site on iOverlander. I am on my way to Nevada City, which is a little bit more west than I wanted to go, but I want to see the narrow gauge railway and just check out the town. It just seemed pretty cool. And then from there I'm going to head north to Lassen Volcanic Park. So there's the overlook. There's a trail that goes about 1/4 of a mile. It's supposed to have a pretty neat overlook, and tomorrow morning with the sun coming the other way, it should be even prettier. But it's been pretty quiet. Only a couple of cars have come here. I'm going to move the Jeep to a more secluded area, but they had these picnic tables here, and this particular one has that amazing view. So I think I'm going to go ahead and grab something to eat, maybe make some coffee, decaf, and just enjoy that. It's a beautiful evening. There's no bugs that I can tell, and just be kind of ashamed to waste that. Don't have much cell service, but that's all right. I could do without it. So this is home for the evening.